Hello. Hello, my friends of the internet. Let's make sure my mic is working. Looks good. Let me know. Can you hear me? What's up, party people? I don't even know if anyone's here. Just kidding. It's telling me there's 6 of you, so somebody say hello to me. I know there's always a little bit of a delay. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to get my phone up. So, a little bit of background. We signed up for a couple email lists for this stream's purposes. I had to sign out of my Gmail account so I could get into my burner account. So I got to open the live on my phone so I can keep up to date. What is up? What is up? What is up? Hello, Holly, Greg, Hillary, Sid. Awesome. I only make that joke because I feel like every other week I start talking, I go on this big rant, and my mic isn't turned on. So we love it. Excited to be here. Hey, hey, hey. This week we are drinking President's Choice sparkling water. If you live in Canada and you have not tried this flavor, cranberry ginger ale. Let me get my food influencing out. Cranberry ginger ale, sparkling water. Oh, so good. So good. That's it. That's the stuff. Let me know in the chat what you're drinking. It's the beveragino of choice today. Yes. Okay, let me pull this comment up. So, in case you missed the memo, I released a one-on-one interview last week with Gym Lessons here in the chat, Harrison. We chatted about a lot of stuff. The interview's like an hour and a half long. Really, really good conversation just about, red flags in the coaching industry, things to look out for, lots of words of wisdom shared from Harrison's experience. I also have a deep dive video coming out. It'll come out for members tomorrow, the rest of you on Wednesday. And essentially, it just kind of goes over more of what we talked about in our conversation that didn't make it into the final edits of the interview. So if you enjoyed the interview, you will also enjoy the video that's coming out this week. And if you've missed the interview, please be sure to go and get yourself caught up. Okay. Yes, Lindsay, honestly, so good. And if you haven't tried the creamsicle one, there's like an orange soda, sparkling water. It's also really good. Love it, love it. Hello, Lori. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. I know Lori already indicated this in the chat, but if you missed the memo and you didn't read the title of this video, there's a business coach for kids, and we need to talk about it. I think this is going to be an interesting conversation because some of the stuff that these people are doing, I don't totally disagree with. And that's why I thought it would be important for us to talk about it, because some of it's problematic. Some of it is not, in my opinion. But I think there's like a messaging issue in terms of the way that they are presenting their information. So we're going to get into all of that shortly. Shout out to the replay crew if you're watching this on the replay. One more thing I did want to note, because this came up in the comments on a video last week. This is a live stream. So if you're watching the replay and you're like, why is this girl just rambling, talking about nothing? You are watching a live stream video. This is not scripted. This is just me hanging out with all my internet friends in the chat while we snark at stuff on the internet. So if you're looking for more like clear, concise, eloquently worded videos where I actually get to the point quick, go to my video tab on my profile. Do not watch this live stream if that's what you're looking for. Just for the record. Yes, 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 yes. And if you haven't already, please give the stream a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you don't like my content, that's okay too. Feel free to give it a thumbs down on the way out. I welcome any and all feedback, even if you want to be rude, that's fine. I learned today, side note, there was someone who was harassing me, essentially, leaving really negative comments on every single one of my videos. Normally, if people don't agree with what I have to say, I just don't answer them. I just leave it, whatever. But this individual went out of their way to continuously comment very rudely on all of my stuff. So I learned today that instead of blocking people, you can hide people from your channel, wherein they can still type out their comments, but I can't see them and the rest of you can't see them either. So this person is just going to continue to waste their time writing all this hateful comments and stuff, and they're never going to get a reply from anyone because no one else can see it. So I just thought that was funny. I didn't know that was a thing. I had to Google, like, what's the difference between hiding someone and blocking them? And I really love the energy behind hiding someone because it's basically like shadow banning them. Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking forward to this person continuing to berate me and receive no feedback from anyone. Yeah, I don't know if it's still a boost engagement, but I hope so. It's all good. It's honestly par for the course when you're a creator. You're like, anything I put on the internet, I mean, I make content out of criticizing other people. I'm sure someone someday will make a video criticizing me. I get it. And I understand that we don't all have to agree on everything. But if you're going to be rude and you're going to be and comment on everything, I'm just like, if you hate me so much, why are you watching my content? But I will take the engagement. Make sure you are on live chat and not top chat so that you're seeing everyone's comments. Honestly, I don't know. They told me I should get a new shtick, and I told them perhaps it's them that needs a new shtick because they're the one that feels the need to go out of their way to comment on every single one of my videos. But I'm not the police here. Do whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. They also claim that I was a scammer. So they said they find it laughable that I make content criticizing people, but then I also am a business owner. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Yes, try it. I used to really like that they have like a vanilla Coke flavored sparkling water, and I liked it when it first came out, but then I tried it again and it was not good. But this one is pretty good. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I don't get it. This person also, yeah, claimed that I was an MLM person, and I was like, "Can you please tell me what MLM I'm in? Because last time I checked, I wasn't in an MLM." But if somebody knows something that I don't know, or maybe someone stole my identity, let me know. Yeah, honestly, painful. Trolls on the internet, man. I mean, I'm one of them. So welcome. If you're new here, hi, I'm Danielle. I'm a troll on the internet. All I do is sit around and talk shit. So we are here to save people from spending their money on useless coaching programs. And today we're here to save the children. Oh god. Honestly, I hope that was the case. I hope this individual watched the trailer for my membership, which if you haven't watched the trailer, click the join button down below. The trailer is free to watch. I think it's really funny. And when I posted it, my partner told me, like, Danielle, you need to be careful. I think you should have a disclaimer that says this is fake because someone might see it and think it's serious. And I was like, how could anyone watch that video and think that I'm being serious? But I don't know. Maybe he did. Also, if I legitimately had a mastermind program and I called it the Millionaire Mastermind, like, get a clue. So cringy. Everything I do here is out of sarcasm, okay? Okay. That's enough 10-minute prelude of me talking about nothing. Let's get into the conversation. So I just need to open the screenshot of where this all started. So, story time. Yesterday, I received a DM from a friend of mine who frequently sends me cringy things that I need to react to. And this is what it looked like. Let me share my screen. Oh boy. So, I'm not sure if you can read that. I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. So, the program itself, as you can see here, and as you would have seen in the thumbnail for this video, says Kidpreneurs. It's Adam Torin from Kidpreneurs. In the past 14 years, we've empowered 250,000 children to start their own businesses. This is what it said. I know you can't see that, but that's what it said. I'm not lying. Become a kids business coach. Find fulfillment, grow your income, and become your own boss. Become a certified kidpreneur coach. She sent this to me, excuse me. And then this morning, I log on to Instagram, and another friend of mine, who's a copywriter, who quite frequently will make posts, debunking the online coaching industry like me, shares the same ad to her story. So both of these people have children, so it makes sense that they would be sent this ad. But immediately I was like, okay, I need a topic to talk about on my live stream tonight. So this is what we're doing. So today we're going to talk about not only how to become a coach for children, but also we're going to look further into this whole kidpreneur business. And there's some questionable stuff that's happening. So, I mean, it's going to be a wild ride. So buckle up, prepare yourselves. And if you get frustrated at any point and need to leave, I understand. This is how I feel. As soon as I saw it, I was like, wait, you're going to be a business coach for children? So many questions, so many things that don't make sense. Teach kids to be insufferable right out the gate. And again, like I kind of mentioned in the beginning, is some stuff in the story that we're going to read that I don't totally disagree with. And when we get to that stuff, I will discuss. But at first glance, like business coach for children, I'm like, are we be freaking for real, Yes, exactly. Hillary says, "Dear Lord, I thought the ads would be for parents to sign up their kids, not to become a coach for kids." So there's a little bit of both. And again, we'll get into it. So I thought it would be helpful if before we go to the website and read their like origin story, we watch this 1-minute YouTube video where they essentially explain what kidpreneurs are or what it is. So let me just share my screen. Hopefully, there, that's good.
First of all, what is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risks in order to do so. So a kidpreneur is a kid who owns his or her business and takes on big financial risks? Not exactly. Even though the word entrepreneur makes some people think of wealthy big shots who own fancy houses, private jets, and expensive cars, the real superpower of an entrepreneur is the feeling of empowerment to turn dreams into reality by fixing problems and creating unique solutions that wouldn't otherwise exist. In doing so, entrepreneurs master some of life's most important skills, such as financial literacy, drive, determination, focus, and grit. It's been said that basic principles of entrepreneurship are building blocks for a well-rounded, highly skilled, and fulfilled individual in today's society. But there's one problem. Until recently, the only way to learn such skills was through trial and error as an entrepreneur. The fact of the matter is, schools don't teach these skills to children, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for young people to excel in today's economy. That's why brothers Adam and Matthew Torin started Kidpreneurs Academy, an online program that teaches children real-life practical skills that they wouldn't otherwise learn in school. The gamified experience cleverly disguises lessons learned from decades of successful entrepreneurial experience as engaging courses that are fun for all kids aged 6 to 12. Not only do children willingly learn the basics of business, money management, and creative problem solving, but they also get online tools which make launching their first business quick and easy. Parents never forget the look on their kids' faces as they launch their own business, but the real value lies within the newfound skills their children carry throughout the rest of their lives, whether they pursue entrepreneurship in adulthood or not. That's what a kidpreneur is. A child who's empowered to think on his or her own 2 feet and create a brighter future. Visit kidpreneursacademy.com to enroll your child or student, an initiative 1 Minute Economics warm-heartedly supports.
Oh God. Okay. Okay. So that kind of, I think, was a good summary. And I just wanted to show that before we get into it, because at first when I saw that ad, again, I'm thinking like, oh my God, they're certifying people to become like predatory business coaches who are going to go after these children, which maybe in a sense, but I wanted to address some of the stuff. And again, this is the piece that I don't necessarily disagree with. The idea of like gamifying entrepreneurship, teaching children about entrepreneurship, that kind of thing. So I believe I've mentioned this in a number of my videos, but like growing up, both my parents had like normal jobs. Everyone I knew worked a normal job. I wasn't friends with any entrepreneurs. None of my parents' friends really like owned their own business or talked about entrepreneurship. So I never grew up in an environment where I even really fully understood what owning a business looked like or what was involved with owning a business or how you could even open a business. And so I understand the value in teaching children that entrepreneurship exists and teaching them, the basic principles of entrepreneurship. So if you're from Canada, Ontario specifically, I grew up in Ontario and we had like a business class in high school. And I know I never took business class, but my friends were in it. And I remember them telling me about this like exercise they had to do where you owned like a fake company. I don't remember if it was like a lemonade stand or like a gas company, but essentially you'd be put into like teams and you had to like build this company and it was a competition against like the different teams in the class. So if there was like 30 students, there'd be 10 teams of 3 people and you would start this like fake business with no real money. It was all like virtually done through the computer and whoever like was the most successful would win the competition. And so things like that I think are valuable. I think you learn a lot through the process of like opening these fake businesses, getting to know what revenue is, what expenses are, what a P&L looks like, that kind of stuff. You're learning valuable information that you could then use when you become an adult to decide whether or not you want to be an entrepreneur and you already have some of the skills that are involved. One of the biggest things I see, especially in the consulting work that I do now, is people, they have a hobby. Let's say I knit sweaters and I want to sell them on Etsy. And I start selling my sweaters on Etsy and my business starts to blow up and I don't know how to do anything. I don't understand bookkeeping. I don't know what a P&L statement is. I don't know how to track my receipts. I don't know any of that stuff, right? That's because our education system doesn't teach this stuff. And so I see so many of my clients that come to me being like, Danielle, how do I even like set up a folder to track my receipts? And I have to sit down and like teach them how to do that. Again, coming back to the point I'm trying to make here, long-winded, is that if we had learned these when we were kids, we might have an awareness to be able to like figure it out on our own and not have to go and like seek help. Like when I started my business, I called up my friend who was a CPA, basically was like, let me take you out for lunch and you're going to teach me everything I need to know about getting this business started. She was more than happy to help me. But again, it was because I didn't know anything. And it's like programs like this could be helpful provided we aren't exploiting children to make money. So we're going to get into the story. Yes. And so Lisa makes a good point where she says it's the parents that have to pay for this, though. They aren't really pitching, or they're really pitching to the parents. Exactly. And so that's what we're going to get into. There's also some other problematic stuff, in my opinion, that's going on here. And again, it'll come up in the origin story as we look through. Oh, this is really cool. So Lindsay's saying Shopify offers a free entrepreneur kit for kids. Obviously, it's branded with Shopify stuff, but it's free. Super cool. So that's the kind of stuff like I'm into that. I know also for like computer programming, they've like gamified it and created different apps and stuff that kids can play on to start to understand like the basics of coding. Stuff like that I fully support. If we are like making these topics interesting in a way that will appeal to children to learn like the basic principles of coding, of entrepreneurship, of economics, of accounting, like that stuff, super valuable. But when we are making them pay for a program that like funnels into another program, that's where it starts to get problematic. Welcome, 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 Heather. So nice to see you. Okay, let's go into the story. Da, 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 da. Okay, can we see that? Good, good. Okay, so since 2009, Kidpreneurs has empowered kids across the world through our best-selling products. Learn how one question turned into a worldwide movement. So it says, in 2008, Matthew's daughter was just 9 years old when she asked her dad, "What do you and Uncle Adam do as small business owners and entrepreneurs?" The brothers' lifelong business partners tried to find a book or program that spoke to kids in bite-sized nuggets, but there was nothing available, sorry. She obviously knew what a doctor, a lawyer, and a dentist was, but had no idea what an entrepreneur was or did. 2008 to 2009, the Torrens were determined to write a book that kids would enjoy and love learning about entrepreneurship. They spent the year working with teachers, parents, and kids. They even had focus groups to ensure the content was a great learning tool. 2009, Kidpreneurs. Young entrepreneurs with big ideas launched on Amazon and was quickly featured in the Wall Street Journal as one of the best books for kids to learn about entrepreneurship and financial literacy. It also won the Gold Award from the National Parenting Publication. 2015, the brothers decide to turn the book into an online course. Of course they do. Launching Kidpreneurs Academy V1, surpassing 150,000 students. 2020, the brothers write Real World Money Lessons, teaching kids key financial skills. 2021, Kidpreneurs Academy becomes its own gamified platform equipped with coins, rewards, and virtual avatars. Okay, so again, let me get back up on my soapbox and just say that I don't disagree with any of this. It's fine, it's whatever. But the onus is on the parent to go and buy the book and give it to their kid and get their kid to read it. And I can tell you right now, my parents were never in a position where they would have went out and bought me this book. So I'm just a little bit confused as to how we get directly to the kids when, again, like Lisa was saying, we're targeting the parents. So Sina is saying, I know Gary Vee had a kids entrepreneur Instagram where he gave basic tips for starting a business, mostly things like buy, sell stuff, and it was free, but I don't find it anymore. I don't know about that. Maybe go to Reddit. But anyway, sorry, I got distracted. My point is, it's like, I don't really I see the value in teaching kids these things, like financial literacy, super important. A lot of people don't learn any of that. I was fortunate to have parents that taught me financial literacy at least, but again, that's on the parents for teaching their kids that. Like, it just, I don't know, something about it seems off. But this is the piece that's coming up that seems really off to me. Ooh, I was like, yikes, when I read this next part. So they have this podcast called Young Trep, and it's hosted by a 14-year-old. Kidpreneurs launched the Young Trep podcast, which becomes one of the top podcasts for kids and families. In 2023, Kidpreneurs expands its team led by a 16-year-old COO. 16 years old. Not even the age of majority. They also launch a new weekly newsletter, Raising Empowered Kids, and grow to over 250,000 kidpreneurs. A 16-year-old COO. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Now, if you're watching this and you're wondering, Danielle, why does this make you so upset? Let me read my notes. I literally wrote a bunch of notes before we got on here because I was like, I need to figure out how to articulate this in a way that is concise, like I would in a long form video. So bear with me while I read through all of these. First point, cognition and emotional development stages. When we are utilizing our children to promote our programs or services, we are putting undue stress on that child. If we are encouraging these children to focus excessively on business versus, I don't know, playing outside, being a kid, is that not going to interfere with their natural development? Yes or no? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. But I can tell you right now that if I was 14, 15, 16, and my parents were like, no, Danielle, you can't go hang out with your friends. You have to run a business. That most absolutely would have interfered with my ability to develop as a teenager. 1000%. So Harrison says, I wonder if the 16-year-old is just a front for the parent / COO running the show behind the curtain. I don't know what everyone else was doing when they were 16, but I can pretty much promise you that I would not have been capable of running a company that was serving 250,000 clients when I was 16. I'm 31 and I still wouldn't be able to run a company that large. So COO, if you're not familiar, Chief Operating Officer, basically in charge of the operations side of the business, so the actual like doing the work. Let's just imagine you work at a company where the CEO is all of a sudden like, "Okay, we're bringing in a new COO," and they bring in a 16-year-old. Like imagine being a staff member at that company. This is just so wild to me. Paulo says, "I think most 16-year-olds wanna start companies and move to Canada." Okay, but I think there's a difference between starting your own business at 16 so that you can move to Canada and basically having your parents tell you you're now the COO of this company. Can you imagine your dad being like, "Hey, Pablo, you're 16. Forget about hanging out with your friends. You have to come over here and run my company and host my podcast." Like, get a clue. Oh. Interesting. So if he did have that Instagram, could be. They could be connected. I also noticed on another one of their pages that Scott Olford is featured as one of the people who like supports this program. And in my opinion, he has been involved in some sketchy stuff. So interesting to see like who they align themselves with. Yeah, this is another piece. So Heather says if the 16-year-old is actually running it, I wonder how much they are being paid. Maybe they are hiring kids to save money on salaries. Yeah, if I was 16 and someone was like, "We're going to give you a job and pay you 50 grand a year," I would have been like, "Let's go." Now I'm like, "Oh God." Oh, I have a drink. Thank you. I took the last sparkling water, so hopefully you didn't want one. Um, okay. So let me go back to my notes because I had way more to say than just that. The development piece is just one of it. Okay, next concern, and this is kind of addressed by what Heather was just suggesting, is that business often involves, teaching strategies to generate profit and to compete in a market. And so I think that there is like an ethics concern here, in my opinion, because children, even if they are 16, don't, in my opinion, fully grasp the consequences of their decisions, especially when it comes to business. And so I don't know. I just think there is a large margin for error when you're letting a 16-year-old run your company. But again, chances of the 16-year-old actually running the company, I don't really believe it. But it just seems weird to me. Also, the legal side of things. Can a 16-year-old legally be the COO of a company that has 250,000 clients? I don't know. I guess their parents would have to sign off on it. Can the child even consent to be in that kind of role? Like, there's so many questions here. And I think the biggest one, like I already mentioned, is the psychological piece is like, is the pressure of having to run a company at that age of that size going to impact them negatively? Like, think of the financial pressure you would have at that age to, like, have to be successful. I don't know, if anyone here grew up in a situation where you were, like, an overachiever and you know the pressure that came from that of, like, always feeling like you have to impress everyone, I feel like in this circumstance, it would be multiplied tenfold. So wild. Have you heard of Origami Owl? Yes. Okay, I forgot about this. The founder was 14, although I'm not sure how involved she was in the company at the beginning. Yes, that's like an MLM company where they sell jewelry, right? But it was something with kids? I don't know. Julia, send me the profile. I need to see it. Again, okay, I don't have issues with kids running businesses like Pablo was saying, like 16-year-olds want to start their own companies, whatever. And if you like, I watch a lot of Shark Tank, there's been kids on there. My issue comes in when it's the parents who are basically like making the kid become an entrepreneur. Like, you want to hang out with your friends? Too bad. Get to work. It just seems weird to me, in my opinion, but you can disagree. Do you have a business? Do your parents force you to have this business? Do you have 250,000 clients in your business? Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, I thought I remember hearing I think Isabella Lanter did a video on that, and I'm pretty sure that, like, portion of the business got shut down, didn't it? I don't actually know, though. This is just what I'm trying to remember. Okay. So, let's continue. So, basically, as it mentioned here at the end, they launched a newsletter. So, what did I do? I went and signed up for the newsletter. So, let's go ahead and read it. Let's see. Does that work? What if I do this? No, it's a little bit off. How do I don't know how Gmail works. This is my burner email. Like this, maybe? Jane. My name's Jane Doe, by the way, if you didn't know. Okay, maybe this one. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to get it centered. Okay, I think that's good. Maybe. Okay, it's a little off, but hopefully you can read it. So I'm Sylvia Tam, an entrepreneur, kidspreneur team member, and a mom of 3 amazing children. I'm the editor-in-chief of Raising Empowered Kids newsletter. So on behalf of the entire team, welcome. We're a community of 20,000 super parents with one common belief. Parenting is the single greatest factor towards building a successful future. But we believe raising our children is an art, not a science. There are no right answers, and the best strategies are constantly evolving. Through our newsletter and blog, we aim to enable every family the opportunity to learn and implement practical parenting advice. But while we'll send you a newsletter each week filled with practical advice and strategies, our collaboration doesn't stop there. Each Sunday, you'll receive our newsletter that'll teach you one of the following: an outside the box parenting technique or framework that will allow your family's health, happiness, or harmony. You'll also find that we love alliteration. Everything you need to know about current events, especially how the news impacts your family's overall well being. Interviews with parents who've achieved success through unconventional means. But we believe every parent has something to share. We invite you to hit reply to each newsletter, sharing your comments, questions, and opinions, because through mutual conversation and debate, we can transform conventional parenting strategies for generations to come, raising even happier, more independent, and resilient kids along the way. But first, some important housekeeping. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Turn your email from junk. Thanks for keeping us out of the spam. I'd love to hear what led you to this newsletter. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's see what this is. There's a free download with 50 creative business ideas, and I'm going to assume this is targeted at children. Encouraging kids to pursue their business idea and solutions has benefits far beyond just financial. Critical life skills. Okay, so this is what I talked about earlier. Like, yes, there is benefit in understanding how to run a business. I think there's a lot to be learned through entrepreneurship that could be beneficial to children. But again, hustle culture, maybe not so much. So then they go into, okay, a bunch of different ideas. So things kids could do: become a face painter, create art, copy editing, blah, 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 blah. Maybe they could do yard maintenance. Okay, this is all like, okay. Again, this kind of stuff I don't have a problem with. I don't see an issue with people, exploring entrepreneurship, kids, learning how to run a business. I think that's fine, assuming it's a small scale operation, like maybe you go around your neighborhood and you cut your neighbor's grass for $20. That's fine. But I just think, and again, you can disagree with me, I think there's a little bit of a gray area that could present itself here. So it's giving me cautionary vibes, we'll say. This is funny. Oh no. Mariah Carey and Lady Gaga fan are fighting in the chat. Okay. So anyway, sorry, I'm like a little bit all over the place. So I signed up for the newsletter. Not a lot going on there. We'll see what kind of spam they send me in future. The real piece de resistance that I wanted to get into today obviously was talking about the business coaching program for children. So basically, what we've seen already and what was explained in that YouTube video we watched in the beginning, children have the opportunity, or parents have the opportunity, to sign their children up for this online academy where they can play games, learn how to start a business, that kind of thing. Now, there are coaches that work, I'm assuming, in this academy, or you can work with them directly through their coach library that they have here. Here, I'll share this screen. And you can hire a coach to work with your child to start a business. So you can see here, there's tons of, or I guess not tons, there's like 6 people. I assumed it would be way more. Teaching, kids how to foster an entrepreneurial spirit. So I obviously clicked on this page and then clicked on the Become a Coach tab because I was like, how do I become a coach for kids? Well, today we're going to find out. So here's the page. It says, do you want to help the next generation of innovators and entrepreneurs? And you can sign up. So I signed up. We're going to get to that. Modern education doesn't prepare kids for the real world. Wouldn't it be great if you could learn financial literacy or entrepreneurship in school? Sure. Again, I don't disagree. Maybe some basic tax knowledge, negotiation skills, or even public speaking. Instead, all you learned was atoms and algebra. But the periodic table, isn't helpful in our adult lives. Well, I mean, it depends what you do for a living. It could be very helpful in some circumstances. So I don't really think it's fair to cast such a broad statement. But I mean, that's just my opinion. The lack of real world topics leaves us all woeful, unprepared for our futures. This failure has led to record high wealth, achievement, and happiness inequality around the world. So you're telling me that the reason why inequality exists in the world is because the education system doesn't teach us taxes. I think that's a pretty bold, correlation to create here. But maybe that's just me. Yeah, I don't know. It's just giving me weird vibes. Again, I don't disagree. I think the education system, at least in Ontario where I grew up, it definitely lacks in terms of like real life applicable skills unless you choose to take certain electives that teach those things. I didn't learn how to file my taxes in school. My grandma taught me how to do that. I didn't learn, again, like profit and loss. I didn't learn anything about running a business until I actually started a business. Like, there is definitely gaps in the education system, but I wouldn't say that the reason why there's inequality in the world is solely because the education system is lacking. Like, to me, that seems like a bit of a stretch. This is an interesting point too. So Lisa is saying, I could also see parents deciding it will help their kid get into a good college if they've owned their own business. So they sign them up for this, even though the kid isn't interested. And again, it kind of comes back to this idea of the COO being 16. Like, is the COO actually operating the business, or is he just a front or a puppet, we'll say, for the real adults who are in the background, like pulling the strings and making the strategic decisions? Because again, in my opinion, I don't think a 16-year-old is fully capable of making well-educated business decisions. Okay. I don't know what's happening here. And these comments aren't showing up on my phone. Let me put you in timeout. Okay. Hopefully that resolves that for a little bit. Anyway, moving on. So continuing, it says how one book started a global movement, blah, 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 blah. They talked about the books that they talked about earlier, and they've sold over 200,000 copies. Again, no problem with that. You want to make little cute storybooks teaching people entrepreneurship, go for it. Are you a school teacher looking for extra income, a trainer or coach who loves kids and wants to use your skills for fun, fulfillment, and profit? A stay-at-home parent who wants to earn money while making a real difference? An after-school or summer camp teacher or administrator looking to diversify your offerings? This is verbatim the same freaking crap we see on every single business coach's website, only they've taken it from targeting whether it's stay-at-home moms, people who hate their 9 to 5 jobs, women feeling like they're lost in life without a purpose, and they've substituted it for things that focus around children or like people who would be working with children. We're looking to help passionate parents, teachers, and coaches who want to create a steady income, find personal fulfillment, have fun. Great. Happy for you. Launch your business in just 4 weeks with 1, our exclusive use of award-winning content, teaching tools, and more. You'll be able to start your own business and teach entrepreneurship to kids right in your community. 2, access our active community of international educators in Educator Central. Meet like-minded educators passionate about empowering kids through entrepreneurship. Ongoing support with a dedicated success coach and the entrepreneurs team. So again, here they've featured the 16-year-old COO on the right. This man here, second from the left, is Scott Olford, who I mentioned earlier. Again, I could do a whole video on him. You can Google him to get the vibe. Yeah, I'm not going to say much more about that. Number 4, a listing in our educator directory and use of the certified educator badge on your website. Lucky you, you pay to become a coach and you'll be able to put this badge on your website. Let me just say, this certification means nothing. This is the same thing that I talk about over and over and over again in so many of my videos. Literally anyone can open a business and start a certification program. This certification means nothing. I could open a website tomorrow and call you, I don't know, an entrepreneur coach for kids, get certified as an entrepreneur coach for kids, write my own online course, record it, whatever. You pay me money and I'll make you that. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Anyone could have done this. With over 10,000 monthly visitors to our website, we're excited to feature you to parents who are looking to teach and inspire their kids. Plus, you're also going to get $3,000 in bonuses. Don't we love this? So, teaching tools from educators who will teach you their award-winning storytelling teaching framework worth $500. Business in a box marketing tips from serial entrepreneur and investor Scott Olford, worth $200. A customized website to feature your kids' preneur training programs on, worth $2,200. And lifetime access to the Kids Academy, worth $600. Again, prices pulled out of the sky. No one is here to validate whether or not these things are actually worth what they say they're worth. Just like I say time and time again, no matter what kind of coaching program we're looking at, none of these prices are rooted in like an actual value. It's just whatever the person who created them decided they were worth. Not my favorite. So let's see how this works. Start with our comprehensive Train the Trainer course. This 1-month program will equip you with everything you need to know to be a successful course instructor. Whether you're a seasoned teacher or just getting started, we've got you covered. You will learn the 11 Kidpreneur lessons along with their accompanying resources and tools, the unique Kidpreneur's teaching philosophy, and essential tips for managing a class full of young entrepreneurs, how to scale and profit from your new business with bonus content from entrepreneur and investor Scott Oldford. Finally, you will have the opportunity to rehearse a mock class and get personalized feedback and tips from the team. This will help you bring the content to life for the kids lucky enough to have you as their certified educator. How to teach multiple intelligence using storytelling and strategies that ignite personal growth and transformation. Okay, here's my question before we continue. Much like we see, and again, this isn't a surprise because I've seen so many different coaching programs that look so similar to this, regardless of whether this one in particular is focused at children. You're telling me that in order to teach children how to start a business, I don't have to ever have owned a business. So let's just say I'm an elementary school teacher or whatever they said at the beginning, a teacher looking to earn some extra income. Now I can learn the 11 principles of entrepreneurship or lessons, whatever they called them, and I can teach them to other people. Like, make this make sense. I don't get it. Like, it was bad enough when we were adults cosplaying as business owners, coaching other business owners on how to coach other business owners, but now we're bringing the kids into it. And so me, maybe let's pretend I never owned a business. I just take this certification program and now I'm allowed to start teaching other children how to start a business. Like, this doesn't seem right. Okay, I just had to get that out. So again, a place to sign up your email. Does it sound like you? Another time to put in your email. A message from the founders. Thank you for stopping by and considering becoming Kidpreneur Certified Educator. We are Matt and Adam, blah, blah, blah. We've spent years researching the best practices, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see. How many students will I teach at a time? Ultimately, it's up to you. However, we strongly suggest keeping classes between 6 and 15 students. How much can I charge to students to take the course? We recommend charging $200 per student. Depending on your market, you can choose a range between $100 and $500 per student. Ooh. Do I have to pay to get certified? As with any legitimate business opportunity, there is a fee to obtain your certification. So you're telling me anything that is free is not legitimate. Am I reading this correctly? Somebody tell me. As with any legitimate business opportunity, there is a fee. So only if you pay a fee is a business legitimate. So if anyone messages me on Instagram asking for business advice and I reply to them, my advice is not legitimate because you didn't pay me for it. We have strived to price the certification course at a level that can easily be made up by teaching just one class. We recommend charging $200 per student, again, depending on your market, blah, blah, blah. Are there ongoing fees? We charge a nominal yearly fee to maintain your license, expert support, educator benefits. Sorry, I can't stop yawning. And ongoing updates. After fees, you can easily maintain a profitable business teaching just one small class per month. Do I need a website? As a certified kidspreneur instructor, we will provide you with the content you need in order to set up your own website. As a limited time bonus, we've also included a 1-year done for you website. Who owns the list of teach students I'm teaching? You do. This is your business. You maintain your own customer list. We'll never reach out directly to your students. What else can I teach once my students complete the entrepreneur course? Financial literacy and personal growth and development certification courses are coming later this year, probably for an additional fee. So let me get this straight. I sign up with them. I pay the whatever $200 fee. I get access to their curriculum, and now I get to charge children for me to like walk them through the curriculum. Somebody in the comments let me know if that's how they interpreted it as well. Yeah, exactly. So Harrison's saying school doesn't prepare you for the real one, but our 1-month certification program will help you. Like, okay. Trek, drop the questions in the comments. Let's hash it out together. Okay, we are going to time you both out because this is really annoying. Oops, wrong person. Okay. Okay, hopefully that yeah. I wanna know what's in the curriculum. Give me a little preview. I wanna know, what this nominal annual fee is. Who defines nominal? How much is it? Many, many questions. So let me show you oh, I must have closed it. Let me show you the email they sent me. Okay. This is so I signed up for an email pretending I wanted to, join their course or whatever. And here's what it said. It's Adam here. I'm a serial entrepreneur, mentor, advisor, and investor. But my proudest achievement of all is starting Kidpreneurs alongside my brother Matthew in 2009. It all started when Matthew's daughter asked us what we did for a living. She saw us wearing pajamas all day and never going to work like her friends' parents. We surfed the internet looking for resources that could explain entrepreneurship to kids. Okay, but what kind of entrepreneur were you before you wrote the book? Because now you're telling me you started this whole business because your niece asked you what you do for a living, but what did you do for a living? You haven't told me that anywhere. So we wrote this book and it took off. 14 years later, the book has been read by over 250,000 parents across the world. It's even been featured on Wall Street Journal, CNN, and the National Association of Parenting. We launched, from that one book, we built an entire brand dedicated to empowering kidpreneurs. We launched an online course, academy platform, and camps. But there's nothing like working face to face with these positive, ambitious, and creative kids. And if you're here, then my guess is that you're either a parent, a teacher, a coach, or all of the above. And your goal is to find fun and fulfillment, build a self sustaining business that you love, help kids improve, and maybe become the best they can be. The problem is starting a business is hard, correct? You need to come up with your idea, create your brand, build a website, and that doesn't even include marketing and actually getting customers. Plus, if you want to work with kids, why is that a question? That doesn't make sense. Your options for building a profitable business that doesn't feel like another full-time job is limited. That's why we believe becoming a certified kidspreneur coach is the most ideal situation for most folks, especially because of how easy we've made it to get started. Right now, we're opening up spots for our Kidpreneurs Certified Education Program. Right now, we're opening up spots. That's BS. I bet spots are open 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. I'm not buying that for 1 second. It's a done for you certification designed to help you start and launch a kids coaching business in just 2 months. This is making me very angry. I just need to take a deep breath for a moment. So, I just want to get this straight. You're telling me I'm a teacher, I'm a camp counselor, I'm a nanny, whatever, and I want to find a way to work with kids. So I'm going to take your certification program so that I can then target children and sell my services to children, or more likely their parents. Like, what about this does not seem super icky? Because to me, this just seems really icky. Our end outcome is this: you get to wake up every day doing what you love, training kids to become their best selves. Like, leave the children out of it, please. All while generating a steady stream of income and becoming your own boss. So, just when we thought that targeting adults who hate their jobs, targeting women that are going through a divorce, targeting people with low self-esteem. Just when we thought that that wasn't enough, that there weren't enough people for us to target like vultures to trick into joining our programs, we're going to go after the children because we're going to help them become their best selves. Why can't we just let them be kids? Why? That's what I want to know. All while generating a steady stream of revenue and becoming your own boss. Am I going to generate a steady stream of revenue, though? That seems like a pretty bold promise. As you can imagine, we provide tons of support and resources, so we can't take on too many. That's why spots are limited. We only allow 100 people into the boot camp each week. 100 people each week. This is just what is happening. Okay, there's a video for us to watch, but let me get caught up on the comments. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I imagine the last chapter of the course. Now, if you want, you can be a teacher teaching other kids how to teach other kids. Or, like, my guess is you do the certification, you become a certified child teacher. Now you can certify other people to become a child teacher too. The cycle never ends. Well, I volunteer you as tribute to buy the book and let us know. Maybe you can find a torrented version on the internet. Exactly. I totally agree. Harrison says, I feel like the potential teachers here could teach English online and be twice as fulfilled with half of the sketch involved and just as low of a barrier to entry, if not even lower. I actually used to be an online English teacher, and the barrier to entry was the cost of a headset that I bought on Amazon for $25 and a couple supplies from the dollar store. You could absolutely just become like an English teacher on Super Prof or something and teach English. This is what I was wondering. So the question asks, is a background check included? In the back of my head, I'm thinking, what about the predators? Not to be like insensitive or vulgar, but I'm like, this sounds to me like if I'm a predator on the internet wanting to know how to get to the children, like it just seems very sketchy, correct? Interesting. So Lindsay says their job before kidpreneurs appears to be something called Small Business Big Vision, which is a book about entrepreneurship. So here's my guess. This is not fact. This is me just complete snark. They wanted to become business bros, wrote a book about entrepreneurship, the secrets to entrepreneurship. Let me teach you how to build a successful business. Became maybe moderately successful, maybe not at all. Decided there's more money in the market for children and then jump ship. What do we think? Do we agree or disagree with my theory? Let me know in the comments. Exactly. So Trek is saying, I love how it's similar to MLM in their spiel saying business is hard. They skip right over the product development and are like, you know what the real hard problem is? Marketing. That's all it is. You just got to convince people that the opportunity you have for them is great. It is all icky. Ugh. Yeah, exactly. Those that watch true crime here on YouTube will know why that came to mind. Exactly. They are also investors. Of course they are. Okay. So I guess we're going to watch this video next. Buckle up. It says 45 minutes long. So hopefully you guys have snacks because it's going to be a long one. I will play it at 1.25 speed just so that I don't get too bored. Let's see. Sorry, I lost the tab. Okay, let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome to our Certified Educator webinar. I'm Sylvia Tam, the Educator Success Coach here at Kidpreneurs. So if you're here with me today, you're likely a parent, an educator, an entrepreneur, or better yet, all of the above. But you might be living life like a square peg in a round hole. You love working with kids, but you can't make a living out of it. You're a lawyer or a professional, but secretly hate the lack of fulfillment and fun. Maybe you're a stay-at-home parent who wants to start earning some income in your free time. If your life resembles any of the above, I have a secret for you. There's a way to achieve personal fulfillment, financial freedom, and lifestyle freedom. The solution? Create a profitable and fulfilling kids coaching business. I know you may have some first impressions about coaching. I tried it before. Aren't coaches scams? I don't have time to learn. But stick with me for at least a few minutes. I bet you'll learn something. But the end goal of this webinar isn't that you'll create a coaching business. The end goal is that you get to wake up whenever you want, getting to work however many hours you wish.
Wait a minute. Did she just say the end goal isn't to create a coaching business? Because I'm 99% sure that the goal is to create a coaching business, or unless I missed something, I don't know.
Picture this. You get to spend the day at the beach with your kids or go on a vacation with your wife or husband. Your work is doing what you love, helping kids become their best selves. You're your own boss. You choose your schedule, you choose how you spend your time. This may feel like some pipe dream, but I promise it's possible. Let me tell you about how coaching has changed my life for the better. I call myself the mompreneur raising kidpreneurs, 3 teens in fact. And because they have the entrepreneurial lifestyle and mindset as their foundation, raising teens has been the best time of my life. I trust my kids to making good decisions, practicing healthy habits. They exercise, they cook healthy, and they read daily. And besides school, they're either running podcasts, creating sales funnels, booking babysitting jobs, or even selling their crochet creations online. It's really fun. Now, of course, I'm also a business owner too, but it wasn't until the pandemic.
You caught me. I just have a negative hater mindset, and I'm going to be broke for the rest of my life because of it.
But I turned my focus to coaching. Back in 2020, I was on an entrepreneurial coaching call. I had a breakthrough moment with a group of people I didn't even know. I had been working with kids since I was like 15, tutoring, babysitting, running STEM summer camps. I taught music classes and a lot of other things too. But I didn't realize that this was actually my life purpose and passion. Why wasn't I doing this as my main job? So I immediately took action. I started a Facebook group. I interviewed mompreneurs on my podcast. I organized city meetups and just had such a good time and lots of success doing what I love and connecting with like-minded people. And now here at Kidpreneurs, my focus is to help kids be their best self by coaching educators like you to create your empowering program. But when I started, creating a coaching business was foreign, but not anymore. The business for coaches of all kinds, adults and kids, is one of the largest industries in the world. In the US only, the market size was coaching was $15.2 billion in 2022, and we're seeing a growth pace of about 5.4% each year. Unfortunately, there's a growing crisis of mental disorders and learning challenges that many kids face. This makes kids coaching even more needed than ever for the well-being of our younger generation.
Wait, where did this come from? Okay, first we're talking about let's take advantage of all the children and get them into our coaching program and coach children. Bad enough. Now we're going to target children with mental disorders. Pardon me? Excuse me? Please take your children to therapy. Don't hire a coach.
And we all know that the school system does a subpar job preparing kids for the real world. They'll learn about world history and the periodic table, but not entrepreneurship or financial literacy. Parents know this and are starting to spend money to make sure their kids are prepared for the real world. This all brews a perfect storm for passionate parents, educators, and entrepreneurs like you. The world needs individuals who can help educate and inspire these kids to be their best. And that's where the money's at too.
Honestly, I wish running a business was the cure to mental illness. My life would be a lot easier, I'll tell you that for free.
This is a massive opportunity for all those passionate about helping kids. You just need to know how to get there. First, we need to dispel some of those most common misconceptions. For starters, here's what you don't need. You don't need a ton of upfront capital, or an office, a storefront, or a ton of employees and staff. Some of the less common conceptions that are also false are you need a brand new original idea, experience with coaching or working with kids, and a detailed business plan to start. Well then, what do I need to create a coaching business? I've put together a 5-step process to help you create your business in just a few months. These are the fundamental milestones that will keep you focused, aligned, motivated, and prepared to deliver your dream program. You might even want to grab a pen and paper.
Grab your pen and paper, everyone. The 5-step magical system to becoming a millionaire. Here it comes.
Milestone 1 is purpose. Let's write your brand story, starting with what sparks your light. Reflect on what you're currently doing, what you love doing, what people would pay you to do, and what the world needs now. This is what we call ikigai, or in Japanese means the meaning of your life being. This is what helped me with my breakthrough. Second is to start. Start from your story. It's the stepping stone to creating and connecting with your community. Your emotions and experiences will really go a long way. Then envision your desired lifestyle. Start with your end in mind. How can your business help balance you and your family's schedule and overall well-being? Milestone 2 is the program. Let's design your curriculum. Design a curriculum we call Give Me 5. Design a program that engages and empowers young people on the most 5 important things you want to teach, but always keep it simple. Then it's the secret of scaffolding. By building a coaching toolbox, you can adapt to your participants' learning style, stage, and interest. Then you want to stick with a theme, because customizing the program with a consistent look, vocabulary, and adventure that fits your participants' age group will make it so easy to make decisions on what templates and colors to choose. Milestone 3 is about planning. And remember, it's all about time. So give yourself a deadline. Stay in flow and aim for progress, not perfection. The best plan excites you to take action and welcome any adjustments. Next is accountability. This is key. So share your 3 to 6 month timeline with a mentor or friend to stay on track. Display, focus, and celebrate your milestone goals. I like to use apps like Asana or Trello to share easily and be able to move all of the milestones one after another. And finally, publicize your plan. Don't be afraid. Go ahead and set a target date for your first beta session. Generate excitement through your network by announcements, and even establish a waiting list for exclusivity, making them feel very VIP.
Oh, eye roll.
Off to the milestone 4. It's all about pathways, ways that you can improve your marketing and recruit your participants. Let's establish a unique brand for yourself. What are the top 3 things that people should remember about your brand, about your program? Let's not try.
Okay, I'm bored. We're going to keep watching, but I just wanted to pause and say this. If you are trying to sell a product to people, do not waste all of your time only going over the features of the product. Basically, what I'm taking from this presentation is like, if you buy this program, these are all the things we're going to teach you. No one cares. Don't sell that. Don't sell the features. Boring.
Try too many things. 3 things is perfect. Personal VIP outreach. Go out there and attend local events and community gatherings at schools, libraries, your school, your districts. Don't forget to give a personal call to family and friends with a VIP invitation. And create a website, but invest your time in only up to 3 favorite marketing avenues to launch your business. You'd rather go deep than go wide. And last of all is milestone 5, partners. Build on collaboration. You'll be surprised how much other businesses, influencers, and organizations will be happy to collaborate and grow with you. Enrich your ecosystem by offering helpful resources and opportunities to your partners and community. You can create an ebook, do a webinar, present a directory on your website, or maybe create a podcast. And finally, work your genius. Focus on your strengths and find partners to fill in those gaps of any challenges and things that you don't really like to do. You can find someone to do them for you. But here's the thing though. As much as these tips will help you get your business off the ground, you'll need a lot more than just advice and tips to be successful. You'll need a few hours a day to get to work, the energy required to brainstorm business ideas, expertise in a teachable topic. You may be a lawyer or a consultant, but those don't directly correlate with the topic you can teach. You also need a lot of patience to get this off the ground because growing a new brand takes time. And if you're anything like me, you are in short supply of all of these things. But let me tell you about Jem. Jem is a tech consultant from Toronto, Canada. He wanted to create a business to teach kids entrepreneurship. His daughter did a program called Kidpreneurs, and he saw how impactful entrepreneurship was on children. In fact, she just released her first book this summer. So instead of taking a few months to get teaching credential, create a website, learning a topic like personal finance, and creating classroom content, or even learning how to market, he had ready-to-go content right from the start. He learned effective teaching strategies and classroom management tips from experts. He was given a done-for-you website that looked amazing. He even got access to one of the best marketing courses in the industry for free. And he was ready to launch in 4 weeks. Jem got access to all of this
Oh,
through
God.
Kidpreneurs Certified Educators. So what's Certified
Made for you in Microsoft Paint.
Educators? Here's Adam Torrin, co-founder of Kidpreneurs, to share some more.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. It is truly an honor to have this opportunity to share my journey with you. So thank you for taking the time. My brother Matthew and I embarked on an absolutely remarkable path as serial entrepreneurs and investors.
50%
The thrill of
chance.
creating and growing businesses has been ingrained in our very being since a young age, and we loved every single moment of it. However, there was a moment that actually changed everything for us, a moment that ignited our passion within, as they say, in a whole new direction. And that was a question from Matthew's daughter, a question that seemed so simple, yet held so much depth. And that question was, Daddy, what do you and Uncle do for a living? And that question resonated deeply within us. You see, most of our days were spent working from the comfort of our own homes, often in pajamas. And we weren't like the other parents who left home almost every day for traditional jobs. And it made us realize that we had a very unique opportunity, something truly impactful, and that's to teach kids about entrepreneurship, even at their young age. In our pursuit to find resources that could explain the intricate world of entrepreneurship in a simple and accessible way for kids to understand, we were actually very surprised to find a void in the market. There was a lack of materials that could break down these often complex concepts into something easily digestible for young minds. And that's when we knew, at that very moment, we had to take it into our own hands. So in 2009, fueled by our newfound purpose, my brother and I decided to write a book that would bridge this gap. And it was called Kidpreneurs. That's when the book was born, empowering young minds with the fundamental principles of entrepreneurship. But little did we know that that single decision would set off a chain reaction that would touch the lives of over 250,000 kids across the globe now. We witnessed the spark of creativity and the glint of ambition in their eyes as they absorbed the ideas that we shared. And this success urged us to push even further. So we launched an online academy, authored more books, and organized summer camps dedicated to nurturing the entrepreneurial spirit within these young minds. Then, in 2021, a wave of requests started pouring in. People from various walks of life, parents, educators, and
Did they? Did they, though? I feel like the number one thing all coaches do is like, I'm getting so many DMs asking me these questions that I'm going to turn it into an online course when they're getting no DMs. No one's talking to them. It's a lie.
and passionate individuals all expressed a shared desire. They wanted to be part of this movement. They wanted to empower kids
They
in
had
their
one
own
person
communities
ask them.
within the same knowledge and skills that we were teaching. And that's when we unveiled the Certified Educators Program. This program is more than just a business. It's not just a business venture. It's a mission.
So this one was sent to me by a friend of mine. She DM'd me this morning a screenshot. And then I was like, I need to get into this. And then another friend of mine posted it to her story. So I was like, I definitely need to talk about this. Which, by the way, if you have content you want me to react to, I have a Google form linked. I believe it's linked in the description. Let me double check. Okay, it's not in this video, but in any of my other videos, there's a Google form link down below. I'll edit it once we're done here so that if you're watching the replay, it is there. If there's content you want me to react to, put it in that Google form and it could potentially get featured in a live stream or a long form video.
A mission to spread the essence of entrepreneurship far and wide. It's about equipping educators and entrepreneurs with the tools that they need to create a lasting impact. The Certified Educators Program offers a comprehensive, proven curriculum, training resources, marketing materials, and support to help individuals launch their kidpreneurs-focused business in a matter of just weeks. I truly, truly believe that by teaching young minds the principles of entrepreneurship, we're not just shaping their future careers, but we're instilling within them a mindset of innovation, problem solving, and limitless possibilities. So it's not just about building businesses, it's about building a foundation for a better tomorrow. So to all of you who have joined us today, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of this journey and for believing in the potential of young minds, just as we do. Let's continue to foster the spirit of entrepreneurship and creativity, and together, let's make a profound impact on the world.
Now that you've heard the purpose behind Certified Educators, let me share more on the features and benefits. At the core of the program is content. The brothers adapted the best-selling books and developed a series of lesson plans, roadmaps, videos, and printables with our partner Hero Intelligence Education. That way, you can start using it right off the bat. With these at your fingertips, you'll never have to worry about learning or creating your own content. You can trust that you have the best entrepreneurial teaching tools from the most trusted brand in the industry. Now, many of you don't come from a teaching background, but the good news is you don't have to have teaching experience. With specialized learning and lots of practice, you can become a fantastic coach too. Included in Certified Educators is a 4-week bootcamp that will turn you into a master coach. Trust me, I've seen some huge transformation through this program. You'll learn effective teaching tools like storytelling and classroom behavioral management strategies from our Hero Intelligence teachers. You'll also go through all the curriculum, so you'll be ready to teach, inspire, and answer your students' questions. But that's not it. You'll learn how to create your brand and launch. This includes leveraging many of our partners, third-party apps, services, and tools that want to support certified educators. Finally, you'll get to record a sample lesson that our team will carefully review to give you tangible advice and feedback. Kidpreneurs.org gets thousands of visitors a month. With a listing in our directory, we'll put you and your program front and center to prospective parents and education centers. We'll also choose the best educators each month to receive a shout out to 50,000 parents on our email list. While you'll learn marketing in this program, more on that later, you'll be rest assured that getting traffic to your website won't be an issue early on.
Okay, I'm confused because when I went to that page on the website, there was only 5 coaches featured. So I'm like, what's happening?
Finally, you won't be going at it alone. In our custom-built platform, Educator Central, you'll be surrounded by a community of like-minded educators where you'll be sharing your wins, asking questions, and getting feedback. You'll also find collaboration partners and meet many new friends. You'll also be invited to monthly expert sessions where we'll bring in award-winning educators, marketers, and even the Kidpreneurs team to share some helpful advice and strategies to help you along the way. In addition to the organic community, you'll have access to a dedicated success coach who'll work with you around the clock to answer your questions, give feedback, advice, and just be your biggest cheerleader throughout this process. So to recap so far, you won't need to think about content. We'll help you become a master teacher. You'll immediately be put in front of your target customers, and you'll have top-notch support from a success coach and the community. But
So they're suggesting that you go through their program, they put you on your website, and you're going to just have clients flooding to you. How many parents are actually on this website actively looking for a coach for their kids? That's the stat I want to see.
that's not all. Through our partners Heroic Now, you'll receive a custom website complimentary for your first year. Have a design in mind? Send in their way and they'll craft you a beautiful site. You won't need to hire an agency or a developer anymore to have the website of your dreams. And again, all these bonuses are complimentary. Next, many of you may not have as much marketing experience. Meet Scott Olford. He's a serial entrepreneur who made his first million in his teen years. Now he runs a portfolio of million-dollar media businesses and he helps them each scale to 7 or 8 figures.
And is a coach that coaches other coaches.
Included in your membership is access
Allegedly.
to his ROI course, one of the best marketing toolkits in the industry. It retails for $197, but you get it included for free. You'll learn the 101 on paid traffic, setting up optimal landing pages, and funnels, emails, everything. Finally, you'll receive lifetime access to Kidpreneurs Academy, which over 5,000 students have used to learn key life skills. As an educator, you can use this new content every month to get inspirations for your program. Dropping this month is a new course on content creation and writing to add to the packed gallery. This goes for $197 a year, but you get it for free for life. So how does $3,000 in free bonuses sound? You'll get your website, you'll become a master teacher and marketer, you get content, top-notch support. I could
Blah,
still
blah,
not 100%
blah.
confident
It's the
with
same
the
stuff
teaching
we read on the
abilities.
website.
Camp Supernova is our virtual camp
Here we go.
where kids learn the ropes of entrepreneurship while having fun. I mean, they seriously, truly have a blast. And as a certified educator, you'll be invited to teach alongside some of the best educators in the world.
Okay, but do I get paid to do that? I don't understand. Is the company now, they certify me and then are they going to hire me to teach? Like, this is giving Brooke Castillo life coach school vibes.
Your first round as a guide and training, you'll be invited to participate in paid opportunities, a great way to bring in extra income while polishing those teaching skills. But you may be wondering, this sounds too good to be true. Is there anyone who successfully finished this program? Let's take a look at a few of our educators' case studies.
Testimonials.
Paul from the UK wanted to extend his offerings to include entrepreneurship to his existing students. Jen Len from Hong Kong has after-school education centers and is collaborating with universities to
I'm skipping past the case studies because I don't care.
yoga business. So now she's excited to help other families spark the coaching anywhere else. You ask and we will answer.
Here we go. Pathway to
week.
profitability.
But if you took this to the next level, you could be doing 6 figures. And this is full.
Okay, so average class revenue is $30 per hour with 6 students. You make $180 an hour. Average monthly revenue, if you're doing $180 an hour, you're working 20 hours a month, you could make $3,600. So doing it part-time, you would make $43,000. The average yearly annual revenue full-time is 30 hours per week, which equals 6 figures. How does that math work? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, 1 second. So if I do $180 an hour and I work 30 hours a week, like they said, that's only $5,400. So I times that by 52. Oh, okay. Interesting. My question is, where are you going to get 6 students every hour for 30 hours a week? That's 180 students. What?
Full time, about 30 hours a week. Let's do this part again. So we did the math to see just how much a certified educator could make in a week, a month, and a year.
Yeah, I'm
Most
confused.
educators charge about $30 an hour and have about 6 or so students per class. This is approximately $180 per hour, though this varies based on your location, age range, and expertise. If you work about 20 hours a month, that's just 1 hour per workday, you could make $3,600. So on a part-time level, you could be doing $43,000 working just 20 hours a month. But if you took this to the next level, you could be doing
You could be doing
6 figures.
That's
or
not
more.
to say it's
And this
realistic.
is full time, about 30 hours a week. While this doesn't include planning time, setup, etc., we encourage you to open up a calculator and see how much you can make based on your desired hours. As a legal disclaimer, these estimates vary based on each person. They are just rough estimates, and there's no guarantee that you will make this level of income. So you're interested in starting a coaching business. What are your options? Option 1 is going at it alone. First, you'll want to get your teaching credential. Then you'll be able to create content. Once you're a great teacher with awesome content, you'll hire a developer or an agency to create your website. From there, you'll work with a marketing agency to start getting the word out. You'll need a small budget too for ads. Finally, it will cost a bit to create your logo and overall branding. Well, great, it's perfectly respectable.
If you're paying $5,000 for ads before you've even launched your program, you're doing it wrong. You should not be using paid ads in your business until you've proven that the thing that you're selling is something people actually want to buy. Otherwise, you might as well just light that money on fire.
To go this path. We estimate it will cost about $18,000 and take about a year to launch. If you have that $18,000 or so to spare and have 1 year of time, go ahead, log off, and start getting your business. But if you don't want to spend the close to $20,000 and 1 year of your life, then there's always option 2, which is to become a certified educator. As a certified educator, you'll get ready-to-go content that you can trust. Don't worry about the teaching school, because we have an expedited 4-week bootcamp just for you. No website hassle needed using our complimentary done-for-you website services, and you can become a marketing master with Scott Olford's ROI Toolkit. You'll also get the Certified Educator Badge to provide your brand credibility and a listing in our...
That's it. That badge is everything. If you have a website, you want me to create you a certification badge, let me know. Just kidding.
Highly visited directory. In addition to all of this, you'll get immediate paid opportunities and a support system.
How can you guarantee that? Sorry, I keep pausing this. How can you guarantee that I'm going to get immediate paid opportunities? Sure, you put me on your website, but that doesn't mean people are automatically going to hire me.
As coach and business experts. So instead of $18,000 and launching in 1 year, it'll be $2,500, and you can launch in as little as 4 weeks. Let's think back to your best life. You get to do what you love and have fun every day. You can help your family achieve financial independence and find personal freedom. You'll get to spend quality time with your family, not thinking about your unopened emails. Most importantly, you'll know that you're impacting the world in a positive way by empowering these amazing kids. Does it sound like you? And one of the biggest things that you'll remember is a coach will impact more young people in a year than the average person in a lifetime. So all you need to do is get started. Fill out an application at certification.kidpreneurs.org/apply. There's no payment required and no obligation when you apply. It's 100% risk-free. However, we do cap our monthly intake to make sure we provide each student with maximum support and a high level of service. To make sure that you're a part of our next cohort, apply now. Now, I know you still may have some questions, so here are a few of the most asked questions. What is the age group I can teach? We've designed the program to teach kids 6 to 12, but educators have been able to teach 13 and older simply by switching to more age-appropriate stories and videos. Is the format online or in person? Well, you can teach in whichever way you prefer, whether it's in person at a local school or library, or online to reach a global audience. It's totally up to you. Can I customize a curriculum? Absolutely. We encourage you to make it your own. Being genuine to your strengths and personality is so key to your program. Will there be other courses available to teach? Well, in addition to the flagship certification program, other courses are in the pipeline, including personal growth and development and financial literacy. If you have any other questions I didn't cover here, email me at teach@kidpreneurs.org, and I'll be sure to answer them. Thanks so much for joining me today in this webinar about our Certified Educator program. We totally get that you've got a million things going on, from class prep to family time and business hustle. But guess what? Our program is tailor-made for folks just like you, busy go-getting superheroes who are ready to level up. Imagine diving into a program that's all set up for you, no stress involved. And the best part, you'll be part of a community that shares the same passion for fostering the growth in young minds. And you're never alone on this journey. With a dedicated personal coach by your side, you'll receive guidance, support, and valuable insights that will propel you towards success. Together, we'll work to make sure that your passion for nurturing and educating children is fueled by the knowledge and tools from Kidpreneurs to make it even greater impact. Now, in case you're wondering, is this the right step for me? I understand your concerns, and that's why we're offering a risk-free application process. Apply today
Okay, I think something's going on with my internet. It's like very glitchy. Sorry about that.
And our team will review your application with care. If you're accepted, we'll be in touch to schedule a call where we can discuss your goals, answer your questions, and make sure that this program aligns perfectly with your aspirations. This is your opportunity to transform your career and make an enduring impact on generations to come. Apply at certification.kidpreneurs.org/apply. We look forward to the possibility of welcoming you to our Certified Educator Program family.
Okay, the rest is all like video testimonials from people who have taken the program. So let's take a look through this application and see what it looks like. Okay. So again, we'll just use my burner account. My phone number. I don't have an American phone number. Oh my God, you guys can see my phone number. Please don't call me. 5 1. I don't know. Perfect. What is your first name? Jane. What is my last name? Doe. What best describes you? I definitely think I'm an entrepreneur. Perfect fit. What city are you based in? Let's go with Seattle, since I'm kind of close. What state? Washington. What country? United States. Oh, I just assumed I had to be in the United States. Why do you want to be a certified educator? I love children. Do you have any experience? Yep. Lots. No experience teaching. The cost of the certification is $2,500. Yeah, I definitely need a payment plan. Can't wait. Oh, that was pretty anticlimactic. My guess is that everyone gets accepted. They're going to ask me to come on a sales call. And then even if I told them like red flags, they'd be like, it is definitely for you. Let's get you all signed up. Literally. Sina says, I'm a certified Hell's trainer to guide you through all 7 circles of hell. That's how this feels, honestly. I could be the certified magical sparkling unicorn trainer. Let me know if you want your certification. I'll email it to you later for free. You can put it on your website. Yeah, 100%, Lisa. I'm doing this because I want to help people. Such BS. Making people making people feel like they're doing good by exploiting people, in my opinion. We hate it here. Pablo already has my number. In fact, he's probably my most recent phone call. Anyways, I only accept Pegasus training. Sorry, sparkling unicorns only. No Pegasus here. All right. That was all I had planned for this evening. Honestly, lots to think about. I feel like, again, the principles of wanting to teach children entrepreneurship in itself is not bad. I think there certainly is value and space to have a platform, whether it's like a website or some sort of thing that teaches kids how, like the components of being an entrepreneur, being entrepreneurial minded, understanding finances, that kind of thing. But I don't know, something about this whole like, okay, now pay us to be a coach so that you can coach children is a super yikes. Exactly. That's how I feel about all of this. So, anyways, I think we'll leave it at that for today. Hopefully, you all enjoyed and hated this as much as I did. If you haven't already, please be sure to give the stream a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. If you have anything that you want to see in upcoming streams, you can also let me know. Yeah, I think there's absolutely a distinction between financial literacy and entrepreneurship, but I'm saying that there's value in both. I think it would have been valuable when I was 16 to go through a course in high school that taught me like how to be an entrepreneur. Um, but I don't need to hire a coach to teach me that. Is my point. Uh yeah, exactly. I'm actually interested to see if this continues to expand, if we start to see more companies popping up in this space, especially if there's no, again, my issue with the coaching industry as a whole, which I mentioned in so many of my videos, is that it's basically the Wild West. There's no regulation. So there's no limit to who these people can target. So who's to say that this is going to be the only Kidpreneur is going to be the only company that ever targets like coaching children? I would absolutely see this popping off in future with other companies following a similar business model. So very interesting. All right. That's it, my friends. Take care, comb your hair, replay crew. I appreciate you. And I have a new video coming out tomorrow for members, Wednesday for the rest of y'all. It's part 2, follow up to my interview that I did with Harrison last week. If you haven't seen that, go to my channel, give it a watch, give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you hated it. Take care, comb your hair. I will see you in my next video. Bye.